Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is Damionblackgear and Cole reviewing Battle for Zendikar.
We've t-
Yeah, go
we've
for
to-
it.
we've tossed the baby.
Yep, the baby is gone. We'll pick him up in a little bit longer time frame. But we are up to black. We have not been very impressed, but there are some cards. And considering that it's not just me this time, I feel good. So,
You good?
yeah. First one up, Altar's Reap. We have a reprint. Sacrifice a creature, draw 2 cards.
I like this one.
Why?
Well, it's it's not that great, but I mean, assuming that you're running Eldrazi tokens, maybe it's an instant draw 2 cards, sacrifice a shitty creature, right? Like it could be good.
I like this one.
What Altar's Reap?
Yeah. I didn't like it the first time that it came around. I like it now. I think that there are enough token generators and there's enough removal for things that happen that you can actually justify playing 1 or 2 of these even in standard.
Woo!
Blood-Bond Vampire.
Fine,
I was
okay.
trying to jinx you.
Yeah, maybe I'm just not going to talk now.
Well, there we go. Just hang up the phone now. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on it.
I'd love to see vampires in standard. Like,
Vampires used to be a really big deck.
I know they used to be until they went out of rotation. Now they're really big and modern sometimes.
They were big in Zendikar, actually. That was the set that they were in. Bone Splinters. You have to sacrifice a creature to kill a creature.
I like it.
I like this one, not as much as the other, because the other is instant, so you can respond to removal. But this one does give you that ability.
If this was instant, this card would be very good.
I'm going to blow up your thing. No, I'm going to blow up your thing.
Well, actually, they may even be. That would be almost too good if it was instant, because in the middle of combat, you might block. Someone swings in with a 10/10 Eldrazi, and you block with your token. Then you set, instant sacrifice it and kill the Eldrazi.
Fair.
Carrier Thrall, 2 mana. Whenever Carrier Thrall dies, put a 1/1 Eldrazi token onto the battlefield. I think this is fine.
Of the bears, so far, this one's probably one of the better ones, if not the best. It does look like it's a giant ant skull on his head, but like a guy with an ant skull. You can't tell me that doesn't look like a guy with an ant skull.
It looks like a guy who...
The things that go down past his jaws are like the pincers.
Yes, it does. Or he went to a Hot Topic and just said, "Fuck me up, buddy."
Complete disregard for what we're supposed to be doing. No. Exile target creature with power 3 or less. Okay, so it's a smother, except for it exiles instead of destroys. And it costs 3 instead of 2. I like this card, and I hate it at the same time. Would you like to know why?
Enlighten me, teacher.
Well, in standard, it seems like outside of like random deck X, mainly when I say random deck X, I mean the rally deck. In the red deck, actually, I haven't paid much attention outside of when those first started going. All the creatures are gigantic.
Yeah.
So this hits the rally deck, which will most likely kill the creature anyway. Or it hits the red deck, where the red deck's like, you spent your turn killing something instead of getting something onto the field to deal with me. I win!
With all the big creatures coming out in the set, I don't think this card is very good.
That's fair as well. I like it in older formats because the cost of things goes down a lot. Decks become more efficient, so that's all.
Culling Drone, a 2/2 for 2, Devoid and Ingest. Moving on.
Yeah. Defiant Bloodlord.
This card's shit.
Whenever you gain life. Wow, that was fast. What does it do? 7 mana for a 4/5 that's overcosted. That better have a damn good ability. Flying. Okay. I'm going to say that you're worth 4 to 5 mana right now in your color.
If this card had lifelink, it still wouldn't be worth it.
You know, I think you're right. Demon's Grasp. Kill a creature sorcery speed for 5 mana.
Nope.
Actually, I like it in limited.
Yeah, it's decent in limited, but it's real expensive.
It is, but in limited you have that time usually.
Not if you're running Prickle Boar. It's a 5/2 boar with haste.
I was thinking more along the lines of this ingest ability might actually be useful in limited because the decks are only 40, but it's still a long time.
You'd have to hit them a lot.
Yeah, you're probably gonna kill them before you mill them.
Dominator Drone, a 3/2 for 3 ingest devoid, as well as whatever Dominator Drone enters the battlefield. If you control another colorless creature, each opponent loses 2 life.
Why is this called Dominator Drone?
I can't really figure that out either.
I got
Dartboard.
Yeah. It doesn't dominate anything. I mean, yeah. I don't like this card, actually. Even though it is 1 for 1 and a little bit extra. Like, I think it's better than the other versions of this little palette that we've seen so far. I think this is by far the best one because it's still 3 for 3. And it does 2 coming in.
Yeah.
But I don't.
I like this next card.
Flying First Strike, Drana, Liberator of Malakar. Wait, is Sorin in this set?
I mean, Sorin's in rotation, but I don't think he's being released.
I expect to see a Sorin, because if I remember correctly, Sorin came from this. Something of Malakar was the original planes. I'd have to look it up. Flying First Strike, I like this already. For 2/3 for 3. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 on each attacking creature you control. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a really good card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like this in a black aggro deck is mean. This is mean.
Mm-hmm.
If I can get a playset of these, I'm gonna put it in my black aggro for sure.
I wish that she instead was a rogue instead of an ally.
Why is that?
Because then I could put an Earwig Squad the turn that I attack with her with her ability on the stack and hit them for 6 and take 3 of their cards.
Fucking legacy players and enjoying broken things.
Oh man, if that's what I'm doing at Broken, I am so doomed in Legacy.
Dutiful Return, 4 mana, return up to 2 target creatures from your graveyard to your hand.
So you raise dead 2 creatures for 4 mana when the original raise dead is only 1 black.
Yes.
Just gonna put that explanation out there and move to the next one. Geyserfield Stalker. Menace, a new ability. Can't be blocked. Okay, so they just gave the twin head or the 2 heads an actual keyword. That's all. Can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Landfall gets +2/+2. 5 mana.
It's another one of these guys.
They template a lot of cards. They have always done that.
I don't like these cards because effectively for them to combo, you either need to have a fetch land, or you need to have 1 more mana than their cost for it to combo. And they don't have haste, so effectively the buff doesn't really do anything except make a blocker until the next turn. So,
all right, I don't like the card, but I just screwed up reading the next card's name. Giving Birth.
If that's what Giving Birth is like, I'm never having a child.
Real name for the card is Grave Birthing, but Giving Birth.
Target opponent exiles a card from his or her graveyard. You put a 1/1 colorless Scion token onto the battlefield, draw a card. So it's a 3 mana, kill 1 card from his graveyard, draw a card, summon a Scion.
And yeah, moving forward. Question mark.
Sure, yeah. I don't know.
I don't have anything to add for that one. It was not very good. Grip of Desolation. 6 mana, exile target creature and land. I almost said or.
I guess this if someone's running a like a landfall, um, well, that still isn't even that great though, because I guess you can exile a land anyway as soon as it becomes a land. So because then it's a creature, right? Like as soon as I don't like this card.
I I think it's overcosted. I think that this could cost 5, and that would be the 5 mana removal spell instead of the -5/-5 thing. Then I would like it. I would actually like it a lot more. The only thing that just swayed me from getting ready to say that I really hate this card because it's overcosted is the fact that it's instant.
That is true. The instant does help a lot.
Like, if it wasn't for that, this would be an absolutely horrible card. Like, I'd much rather play Hex because that card was an absolute bomb when you casted it. You just wiped their whole field for the same cost. Whereas with this, you get one thing in one land, but in this set, lands are going to be creatures. So you can target the land that's awakening as your land, and then another creature somewhere else.
Yep.
So.
Gul'Draz Overseer, 6 mana, flying, landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, creatures get +1 attack. If that land is a swamp, those creatures get +2 attack instead until end of turn.
Not really all that interested in this. It's 6 mana, and that's why.
It's real expensive.
Like, it's 6 mana for a meh ability on a meh body.
Yeah, unless you're running a bunch of Eldrazi tokens, like unless you're running a bunch of Cyan tokens.
Yeah, this isn't gonna do much.
Yeah.
We have our next 5 mana ability.
Okay.
This one offs 1/1s. It kills Eldrazi tokens for 5 mana. That's what this does. Moving forward. Calestria Healer.
Yeah, go ahead, you bitch.
Yeah. Oh man, you got that thing for free? Ugh, 5 mana'd it down. Calestria Healer. Its rally ability is each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. This actually becomes a finisher for the rally deck.
Holy shit, it does. Not that they don't have enough of those already.
Well, this becomes an instant finisher. Like, normally, I think they're still winning through attacking, are they?
That's if they're running Mogus's Marauder.
And if they're not?
If they're not, like, on Friday, I ran up against one who, they ran an elf deck, an elf rally deck, where they ran Shaman of the Pack, which is whenever another elf, whenever this enters the battlefield, deal 1 damage to, I believe, target player or creature for every elf you have on the battlefield or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they've got like 15, 20 elves in their graveyard, and 2 of the Shaman of the Pack, you just instantly die.
Okay. Yeah, this just becomes another finisher, another way of having a finisher.
I like that card. I think it could be cool in some combo decks.
It's unfortunate. I keep thinking about it like they're just gonna keep like reviving every single turn and forgetting that rally kills itself.
Calastria Nightwatch, 5 mana. Whenever you gain life, Calastria Nightwatch gains flying until the end of the turn. It's a 4/5.
I hate this card already.
Nope, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad.
Malakir Familiar, 3 mana for a 2/1 flying Death Touch. When you gain life, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. I like this one more than the one next to it, but I still don't like it.
No, it's not good.
I look at this as a removal spell.
No, the best card, Ian, is Typhoid Rat.
Mindraker. When Mindraker enters the battlefield, you put a card an opponent owns from exile into that player's graveyard. If you do, each opponent discards a card. Okay.
Yeah.
Myers Malice. 4 mana, discard 2 cards. Awakening of 3 for 6. I'm still not a fan of that.
Nope. Nirkana Assassin, a 3 mana 2/3. Whenever you gain life, Nirkana Assassin gains Death Touch until end of turn.
Still no.
No. Ob Nixilis Reignited. I like this card. +1, you draw a card and lose 1 life. -3, destroy target creature. And -8, target opponent gets an emblem with whenever a player draws a card, you lose 2 life. So,
wow. For 5 mana, this is... I hesitate to say it, but this is the highest costed good Planeswalker.
What do you think of this guy?
I like him.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. I like him actually even in Legacy for some of the higher mana decks.
The -8 one?
No, for say like what is it? The actual real rock deck in Legacy, Nick Fit, is in need of card draw and manipulation, and this gives it to it, as well as having it as removal and a win condition, because every deck draws cards except for Dredge.
I'm glad Black got a Planeswalker, so...
I'm glad Black got a good Planeswalker.
Yeah, I like this card.
Like, Liliana of the Veil was the last thing that it had that was good, and this is actually playable.
I like the Liliana, the heretical healer, the flip Planeswalker. It's really... I mean, I can't imagine it being good in anything else besides Standard, but it's real easy to flip her, and once you do, she's pretty good.
She's
like
well, there's 8 edict or there's 2 different edict creatures, so you can have 8 edicts in your deck that kill one of your creatures as well.
And your -8 is amazing.
Yeah, your -8 neuters all draw spells. Even filters are just like, I don't want to really cast this anymore. So, but if you're, oh yeah, keep going.
Painful Truths, 3 black mana, you draw X cards and you lose X life, or X the number of colors of mana spent to cast Painful Truths.
I'm moving forward.
I really don't like this mechanic. I don't like this.
Okay, I read this a little bit wrong. I missed the you draw X card, so you can draw up to 3. This actually makes it a little bit more playable. Black typically does not have a draw spell that works in any other way than what this does. Like, Ob does it right next to it. All of the other things say, like, lose life. If you look at the older cards, Phyrexian Arena was literally Ob's first ability. Dark Confidant, you flip the top card of your library and lost life equal to its converted mana cost. This does that. And had I not seen the draw part originally, or this quick rerun through, I would have said that this is an absolutely terrible card. But this, at the same time, it is 3 mana, which kind of... that's one of those points where you want to actually start being able to do things and not putz around anymore.
That's assuming you're running 3 colors, though.
Even if you're only running 2, it's 3 mana to draw 2 cards.
And
it's
lose
not
2 life.
Yeah, and lose 2 life. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but...
You could just run Sign in Blood, though, which is the same thing. It's 2 black mana, draw 2 cards, lose 2 life.
No, that's definitely... I agree with you right there. And that's 2 black. You don't even have to have the second mana. But this does give you the option to have a 3rd draw. Not great, but still playable, I think.
Yep.
Retreat to Hagra. Dartboard. I don't even think Hagra was... We're going to check. Hagra. There's a Hagra crocodile and a Diabolus. Wow. It is an actual used before from Zendikar thing. Okay. This is a black landfall enchantment, which will siphon life an opponent for 1 and you get it. Or it will give all of your creatures 1 attack and death touch. If you have a fetch land, this is amazing. It is a permanent, like, be prepared for me to screw you at any moment card. But it's still only draft playable.
Yeah. If it was +1 on lifelink, that card would be pretty good. I could see that in Standard.
If it gave death touch and lifelink, I could see it. But even then, it'd only be like a 2 of in any deck at max.
Yeah.
Rising Miasma.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All creatures get -2/2 until end of turn. Awaken for 3, so 6 mana.
That is 7.
7, sorry. I didn't see the other skull. I can't count.
It is okay. Yeah, it's an card. We have a new killer for Planeswalkers that costs the exact same thing as the old killer for creatures in Planeswalkers, and it has an extra ability. This is automatically better. It does the exact same thing as Hero's Demise, except for it also has Awaken.
Isn't Hero's Downfall?
Is it Downfall or Demise?
I can't remember.
One of them. That black card that kills heroes.
Hero's Downfall, yeah, 3 black. Yeah, it's just better.
Yeah.
Straight up. Silent Skimmer, 4 mana, 0/4 flying. Whenever Silent Skimmer attacks, defending player loses 2 life. This card's bad.
It's a 2/4 essentially.
Right, but if it gets blocked, it does nothing.
Well, if it gets blocked, it survives and does its damage anyway.
I suppose. I still don't like it.
I like it for limited. 2/4s are always good in limited.
Enough of your strange speak.
This can't block. This is Skitter Skin. Devoid, can't block. 4/3 for 4. So it's 1/1 on, or it's equal on mana and damage. And it regenerates if you have another colorless creature. That's actually pretty good.
Nix.
That is exactly what this is.
If you guys don't know, that's a Dota 2 reference, so... I like it, yeah. It regenerates cool.
Nyx is a giant insect.
I don't know how much play it'll get in standard, but limited it will certainly get played for sure.
Yeah, this could be fine in standard because it regenerates, and a lot of the stuff doesn't say stops it from regenerating. Although in this set, a lot of it says exile. So there's that.
Sludge Crawler, a 1/1/1 ingest, and for 2 colorless mana, Sludge Crawler gets a +1/+1 until end of turn. No.
You know what I keep thinking now that I'm looking at this? It's like when they tried to do poison counters the first time, and it was like, oh, we're gonna have all these poison creatures, and you know, poison will work out with the new Phyrexia stuff, and suddenly they realized, like, wait. Decks are having to be both attacking their life totals and their poison counter totals. And that's what this ingest ability reminds me of. It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to have a deck that's half ingest and half real damage.
If you wanted to make an ingest decent, you'd almost have to do, you ingest
toss a number after it.
You ingest a card for every power you have or something like that. Like,
yeah. Or even just toss a number after it. Be like ingest 2. This one eats 2 cards. Like, how hard would that be?
Or it could have an activated ability to increase its ingest or something. Like,
yeah.
Smothering Abomination. 4 mana, flying at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. When you sacrifice a creature, draw a card.
That's... Ooh, that could go a lot of different ways.
Yeah, I would like this in my deck. A lot. In my Tragic Arrogance deck.
Yeah, I bet you would. I think that the, what is that stupid card? No, I was going to say the one that uses Hangerback Walker and Thopter thingy.
Thopter Spy Network?
Yeah. Because that puts a Thopter into play, but only if you have an artifact. Dang.
I think it's cool. Like, I don't know what exactly it would be used in, but I could see some potential with that.
Yeah, it's got a lot of potential. It's just figuring out how to tweak it. Like, I like the card. I like the design. It's just, there's that small bit. Like, if this is the only thing in your hand, you're kind of like, screwed.
If this is the only thing on your board, would you have to sacrifice this?
Yep.
Oh, that'd be shitty.
Yep.
Swarm Surge. 3 mana, creatures you control get +2 attack until end of turn. Colorless creatures you control also gain first strike until end of turn.
So you remember that white card that I said that there are a bunch of these at 3 that do the same thing? Mm-hmm. We have one in black.
Woo!
No need to play the white one. Transgress the mind. Target player reveals his hand. You choose a card with converted mana cost 3 or greater in exile. Nobody cares about this. Okay, so there was a card, Inquisition of Kozilek, that did this, except for it cost 1 black and you had to pick 3 or less. This costing 2 mana immediately makes it something that you're going to want to do later in the game, which at that point hand sizes are usually low. Whereas with that one, you could do it on turn 1 to get their turn 1 play or their turn 2 play and actually cause some disruption.
besides standard, since Thoughtseize is coming out of rotation, Thoughtseize is a lot better than this card. I would like for half the mana cost. What do you think of like even duress? I mean, I guess it isn't exiling, but you
Nobody
get
cares.
like you're the main thing is honestly that you're looking at their hand. That's probably the biggest perk, because you know what's going to be happening the next couple turns, and the fact that you get to discard a non-land creature card, or with Thoughtseize a non-land card.
Knowing what's coming isn't necessarily going to win you the game. I can show you a picture of somebody that, in the middle of tournament play, a new feature match, Thoughtseized their opponent because they were thinking that they were playing against a deck. They were playing against, if you guys aren't aware what Goblins is, it's a creature type, but in Legacy, they were playing against that. And they didn't have a Swords in hand for the first turn Lackey. So they Thoughtseize their opponent thinking, oh, well, I'll just take his next play and it'll be okay. And in his hand are 3 Siege Gang Commanders. The Siege Gang Commander is a 2/2 that when he comes into play puts in 3 1/1s.
Jeez, how much does he cost? The 2/2?
5.
Oh, shit.
It's because he has an extra ability that lets him throw goblins at your face.
Gobos.
Kind of one of those situations where it's like knowing what's in the hand isn't exactly the point of having the discard for it. And in the later game, like this being 2 mana, that's too late because hand sizes go down. How often do you see a 7-card hand 10 turns into the game? Even 5 turns into the game.
Never.
Exactly.
Almost never.
Like this card just gets worse with time. Vampiric Rites. Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Shit. We don't have Coke in Canada. We actually only have ginger ale and maple syrup.
And now start the YouTube flames. He's not a Canadian. Sacrifice a creature. You gain 1 life and draw a card. Okay. It's worse than Altar's Reap, was it? The very first card in the thingy?
Well,
Altar's Reap. It's worse than Altar's Reap, but
yep.
It gives you an instant speed ability, and it gains you life. Voracious Null. 2/2 for 3. Pay 1 and a black. Sacrifice another creature. Put 2+1/+1 counters on it. Activate this only times you could activate a sorcery. That's rather unfortunate.
Yeah, if that was instant, that actually would be decent.
Yeah. This creature literally reads a 2/2 for 3, pay 1 and a black, and make me a bigger target.
Wasteland Stranger, 2 colorless, 1 black. When Wasteland Stranger enters the battlefield, you may put a card an opponent owns from exile into the player's graveyard. If you do, target creature gets -3/3 until end of turn. So it's effectively, you get this card back, and I'm going to blow up one of your minions.
Yeah. As long as they can take advantage of the graveyard. Or you have a way to put things into their exile.
I could see that being okay in standard.
I can see it be okay in limited. I don't like it.
I just don't like putting stuff back into people's graveyard from exile.
I don't like giving people more resources to work with.
Zealoport Cutthroat. 2 black, 1/1. When Zealoport Cutthroat or another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So that's just effectively a Blood Artist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A 1/1 Blood Artist. Wasn't Blood Artist a 0/1?
Let me check. Blood Artist. That's a better Blood Artist.
Huh? Same cost?
Yeah, 2 mana.
Nice. Yeah. There we go. That is better Blood Artist and another win condition. This is a better win condition for the rally decks.
Yeah,
this takes away the need to have a theme.
But exiling. But is it though? Because exiling doesn't count as death, right?
Whenever Zula, Cutthroat, or another creature you control dies. Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. When all of your Edict creatures in the rally decks have been waiting for this, they're 1 damage and 1 life.
But like so you rally everything in, you rally in Zealoport Cutthroat, everything exiles is your next upkeep. This is getting exiled as it's doing damage. So
Are the rally decks not playing Nantuko Husk anymore?
No.
Oh. Well, this would give a reason to start playing the Husk again.
It's true, yeah. Because the Nantuko Husk, you can just sacrifice stuff. You can just have it eat stuff, right?
Yep. Eat everything,
Yeah.
eat itself last. Yeah, that's it for black. I like this card. I think this card has playability.
Yeah, for sure. Because Blood Artist is pretty good. So, and this card's better.
Yeah. So what do you think so far? What do you think of the black?
It's better than white. I like Teleport. I like black. It's Ruinous Path is an upgrade. Ob Nixilis is great.
Well, let me ask you. Since you think white got shafted so much, what do you think is better, Ob or Gideon? Hard question posed.
I think Gideon's better.
Why?
He's cheaper, and you get a 5/5 as soon as you play him. I mean, it depends, right? Like,
You want to know why I think Gideon's better?
why?
Gideon can kill Ob.
It's true. Straight up can.
Like, no matter how you put it, Gideon can make dudes that could get in the way to protect himself. Ob can kill one creature, and then he draws you a card, and then he can kill another creature. So 2 creatures over 3 turns if they don't attack him. Gideon can swing straight into Ob, knocking him to 1, which takes away his destroy creature ability for 2 turns. Like, that's my reasoning for it.
That
I
makes
think
sense.
Gideon's better, but I think Ob is better for the decks that want to play him. Like,
Yeah.
the decks that have the opportunity to play both in both Modern and in Legacy, I think both would prefer Gideon to Ob, just simply because Gideon is able to win the game right then and there.
I agree. Drana Liberator Malacure is another very good card in black. Altar's Reap is decent, and black's there seems to be as usual a lot of similar cards in each set of colors, but I'd say so far blue seems to have gotten the best cards of these 3 that we've looked through.
You talking about the 5 mana ability creatures? The one that gave +1/+1, the one that made a creature unblockable, and now this one that gives -1/-1.
Yes, those cards.
You know the red one's only going to deal 1 damage, right?
Yes.
And the green one's probably going to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool.
Yep.
Those are my predictions.
I mean, obviously we can't forget Rickroll Mage, even though we're doing black now.
Yeah. But there still is Smoldering Abomination, and that is a card that we will have to wait and see what happens with it. It is interesting, though.
On to red.
On to red. All right, everybody. If you guys like the video, like the video. If you don't like the video, don't like the video. If you want to know the next one's coming, go ahead and hit subscribe and let YouTube tell you when.
Even though YouTube doesn't actually tell you when.
It does if you turn the notifications on.
Oh, sometimes.
It will email you and tell you when a new video has been put out.
That is true, yeah. There you go.
See? I know YouTube. I know because I disabled it. For now, this is Damionblackgear and Cole saying
Hi.
bye-bye.
Bye.
He's saying hi. I'm saying goodbye.